likes, I will get started. What's up, Benzer? Hey, Sabrina, on this journey, you're barely gonna have anyone that understands you, honestly. True peace is like not needing people to understand you, but I still see where you're coming from. Monica, appreciate the follow. Once you can get to the point of like not needing to be included, not needing validation or other people understanding you, you'll feel really at peace. What's up, Alex? YouTube roll call. What's up, guys? Love and light. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Kathy, appreciate the follow. What's up, Natalia? Hi, just resting. That's what's up, Yahweh. I love that for you. God is great. What's up, Angel? Misty, thank you for the follow. As promised, guys, today we're going to be talking about the succubus, incubus, honey traps, how dating right now is really treacherous, not impossible, but kind of just letting people know the signs to look out for and trying to get you guys to be in the mindset of attracting instead of chasing people. If you guys are out there chasing people, you leave yourselves open to being manipulated. What's for you, you're not going to have to chase. Someone said I'm celibate. That sounds peaceful. Solo for life. I've been dealing with people just using me for one thing. Pretty sure I know what that one thing is, but the person that's for you isn't going to be doing that. They're going to be reciprocating the energy back to you. And for a lot of you guys, you've never dated a normal person, but they're out there, trust me. It's only like 5% of us out there, but we're out there. Can men be honey traps? Of course. Benzer, appreciate the follow. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Once we hit 25K likes, we will get started. Yes. How to deal with spiritual attacks and envy at the workplace. What would Jesus want us to do? I say if you're ever getting attacked like crazy at the workplace, sometimes that's a sign that you need to kind of just move on. If you're in the mindset of like you got to hold on to it no matter what, that's going to make you miserable. But I'm not saying as soon as you get attacked, leave. But at a certain point, like you have to. They be grouping up at those jobs. Like me, I can't work a job, to be honest. I've been awakened for like 3 years. And when I awakened, I was getting fired like every 3 to 6 months. They just switch up like randomly. It's crazy. Just like in relationships, jobs is just like collective narcissism. So when it comes to narcissists, narcissistic groups, jobs, it's like all like the same thing. They move in like the same way. If a job is telling you like we're a family in the beginning, I'm telling you guys, I would try to find another job. If they're promising you like a milkshake once a month or something, or a pizza party, and saying we're the best family in the world, probably want to get away from them. That's the love bombing. Narcs like to love bomb in the beginning. And that's something we're going to talk about in the stream as well. You've been awakened for 15 months. How's it been? Damn, Kay. You'll find something better, though. Yeah, he definitely be lying. They'll lie on you, false allegations, just like dealing with narcissists. Your own business, that's fire. Lava, exactly. Do you have any degrees? I got degrees on these demons. What's up, Izzy? Supervisor set you up. Yeah, I went through that a couple times. Sorry you went through that. These supervisors are supposed to be mature individuals. But when you start going out there, you start to realize all this stuff is just high school. It's not that many, at least in the workplace, like really mature people. Degrees in the 5D, exactly. What did I do for work before? I did way too much. It's like griffins and gargoyles to them. Facts. Appreciate the heart, man. Demonology. Wade, thank you. But yeah, guys, keep tapping the screens. We're at 22K likes. Once we hit 25K likes, we will get started. Am I tall? Nah, I'm 4'3", 4'4", like on a good day. Hey, appreciate the rose. Toxic people all around me. As I always say in these streams, we are surrounded. That's why the house is a safe space. And if you want to be out there, you got to learn how to operate with these people. You're being sarcastic about the height. I don't know why you guys don't believe me. It's crazy. Appreciate the rose. But guys, we just hit 25K likes right on time. We are going to get started. Past couple of days, we've been talking about spiritual warfare, the different type of enemies you're going to encounter. 2 days ago, we talked about narcissists. Yesterday, we talked about monitoring spirits. Today, we're going to talk about the succubus and incubus. Understand that there's demons out there, guys. Well, before we get to that, just know that it's all an energy thing. So in spiritual warfare, these demons want to take your energy. And one thing you're going to hear me say a lot throughout this stream is you don't have to give these demons your energy. Ignoring them is the best policy. When you guys are out there dancing with the demons, you guys are engaging with them, reacting to everything they do, that's when you'll find yourselves very tired, very drained. But at the end of the day, guys, it is a frequency war. Heaven and hell is a state of consciousness. Depending on where you're vibrating is how you're going to perceive reality. If you guys have found me, that means you guys are in alignment. You guys are high vibrational people, and you guys perceive the world in a positive way. Now, does that mean you guys don't go through anything? Nah, everyone goes through something. But with you guys having the knowledge that you guys have understood, or you guys understand that life is happening for you and not to you. You can go through a bad situation and have someone that is of a lower frequency go through the same bad situation. And you could be thinking like, oh, this is going to be this is going to be better for me. It's probably going to push me towards a better opportunity. You're going to find some way to transmute that negative event into a positive. Now, when you deal with these demons, these low vibrational people, they view life as in a hell way of living. So any bad thing that they go through, they are going to think to themselves like, oh man, life is always bad. This always happens to me. Pretty much being like in a victim type of mindset. And do know when it comes to spiritual warfare, it's all about manipulating your thoughts. Because your reality is based on how you are vibrating, your thoughts, your energy. So wherever reality you have like right in front of you, like your car, laptop, phone, money, that's based on you manifesting based off your frequency. And if you're always thinking in a negative way, like these demons, you will notice some people, they're just always going through bad stuff and they can never pull themselves out of a bad situation. And if you see your low vibrational people pulling themselves out of a bad situation, most likely they have been doing witchcraft, where they can drain other high vibrational people and use your energy to make their lives a lot better. And that's why I'm saying you guys can't let these demons get to you. You guys have done the work. You guys have been doing your shadow work, trying to figure this stuff out. And because you've been figuring it out, you can't let demons just come and just like drain you. Kawhi, appreciate the follow. Because what they want to do, guys, they want you thinking like them. They're trying to convert you to the side of evil. And they've been trying to do that to you since you've been a kid. Ever since you were young, you kept having things just being thrown at you, trying to shift your mental. And they could never figure out why can't this person break? Why is it everything we throw at this individual, they still stay positive, they still stay their cheerful self? And that's because you guys, like many are called, few are chosen. You guys have chosen to stay on this path, even though it's been very hard. How many of you guys have felt like the journey has been very hard? Drop ones down in the chat. How many of you guys felt like your whole lives you've just been hated without cause? Having people do false allegations. You just find yourself triggering people. Drop ones down in the chat. And for a lot of us in the beginning, we would think to ourselves like, man, are we the issue? Because you want to think about this stuff from like a logical way. You want to think that if everyone else is going at you, if you're triggering all of these other people, then it has to be something on you. It probably has to do with something that you're doing. Because a lot of you guys started triggering people from like a young age. You guys start triggering your family members. And when you're growing up and you're an impressionable kid, you're taking all that stuff kind of personal. But come to find out, it was a spiritual war this whole time. And it was your light and your aura that has been triggering these people this whole time. And whenever you trigger somebody, it's going to seem like they're getting possessed, because that's exactly what it is. In this spiritual war, we battle not of the flesh, but of the spirit and these principalities. So when these people start just getting triggered, start attacking you, start verbally assaulting, trying to humble you, that is a spiritual thing, guys. And that is the point of these lives that I do, is so you guys can like walk in your power. You guys can realize how powerful you are, because yes, we give them these names like demons, narcissists, warlocks. But at the end of the day, you're stronger than all these demons combined. And that's why they always try to group up on you guys. If you guys have people that's constantly grouping up on you, trying to jump you, drop ones in the chat. They never give you the fair fight of a 1v1. It's always you guys going up against communities, secret societies, cults, covens. Because these demons know who you are, even before you know who you are. And demons, what they're going to do is, if they know you're powerful, they're going to group up together because they think strength in numbers. And at the first quarter of your life, or whenever you actually woke up, that stuff was working on you. They would jump you and you would get depressed. You're like, why are these people doing this to me? Because as human beings, we want to feel a belonging. We don't want to be like singled out. We don't want to feel like we're different. And that's why you guys had to go through these trials and tribulations, because you guys had to figure out how to be by yourselves. A lot of you guys in here probably started out very extroverted. You like talking to people. You like being at the parties and all these different things. And then over the years, you go through betrayal over and over and over. And you start to figure this stuff out. You guys transform into, you go from an extrovert to an introvert, where now you actually love being by yourself. And now because you know how to be by yourself, these demons can't really manipulate you how they did in the past. Because in the past, they probably manipulated you by trying to exclude you. And you'd be like, why are you guys doing this? You had no type of self-worth. But when you look back at your childhood, you see that you never really stood a chance. Because a lot of us in here, if you're a generational curse breaker, you grew up in a narcissistic family system. And if you guys did, I just want to take this time to say, I feel for you guys. I went through the same thing. If that was your guys' experience, drop ones down in the chat. Growing up in a narcissistic family system is a very hard thing, because even when you leave that family, you're still dealing with the after effects. What we got? YouTube, TikTok, 111111. Lots of ones, and that's why you guys are able to even find me in these streams, because everything's in alignment. I know a lot of you guys follow me, but if you guys are new here for the first time, my life didn't just pop up on like randomly. When you have the spiritual knowledge, you start to understand there's no such thing as a coincidence. And because you guys went through similar experiences, this is what we talk about when they say you'll attract people that think like you. Doesn't always have to be out there in the matrix. You can just be on social media and here you go. You find a group right here called The Collective. People out there, they went through the same exact things, verbatim, maybe a little bit differently. But yeah, a lot of us in here grew up in a narcissistic family system. Maybe a narc dad, avoidant mom, or maybe change those, avoidant father, narc mother. And growing up in that type of environment is a spiritual battlefield. Because you guys probably thought that stuff was normal. You guys probably thought that you had a normal childhood until you went out there and talked to other people and you told them what you experienced. And then they're like, nah, that was not normal. Because these people condition you guys to think that stuff is normal. And then because you think it's so normal, that's the love you are searching for in other people. And that's why these narcissist guys, they groom you to be with other narcissists. That's why I say, even if you guys escape your family, these demons be body hopping, guys. That's the crazy thing about this spiritual war. When we talk about narcs, those are just Jezebels, the Delilah spirits, the Leviathans. So you escape your family like, oh, I got away. Or maybe not even cut them off, but distance yourself. You're still going out there and attracting friends that are narcissists. If you guys haven't healed from your family, jobs are the same thing. You're going to go to a job where they're doing the same BS that your family was doing. And dating will just be like very hard for you guys as well. And for you guys that just came in here, that's what we're going to talk about a little bit later. The narcissistic honey trap, the succubus and incubus. But do know that you guys attracting that is not by accident. That's what the generational curse is. When you were growing up, you were being programmed. They were putting that curse on you. A lot of you guys got programmed to be poor. You guys can't see past the 9 to 5. A lot of you guys got programmed to be in relationships with narcissists, relationships with warlocks. Because when you go out there and you're trying to attract a partner, you're trying to attract what you only really have one basis of what love looks like. Growing up, how your parents treated you, that's just how you thought love was. And as we just talked about, you guys grew up in a demonic family system. Avoidant father, narc mother, or interchange those, or both narcs. Whatever they were, they didn't show you a healthy diagram of what love was supposed to be. So when you go out there, you might have nice people come into your life, people that are going to ask you out and try to be with you. But the nice people, that's going to feel very weird. Because someone's going to come nice, but you're going to think to yourself, like, this doesn't feel like how my parents raised me. And that's why we run away from the good relationships. But then when you get that narcissistic relationship coming your way, and they're ignoring you, they're manipulating you, they're emotionally unavailable, that's when you're like, oh, this is home. This feels just like my family. And you guys get with those people, and then the BS happens right down the road. But that's why we had to recognize that stuff. And if you guys are in this chat, you guys, for the first time in your family, all those generations, no one chose to break the curse. But because you guys are curious, one day you were trying to figure this stuff out. Like, why does this keep happening to me? Because it wasn't just like one relationship. This stuff was happening to you your whole life. And if these demons push you too far, you hit your rock bottom, you have your humiliation ritual, now you're able to awaken and see what is going on. And I'm not saying everyone awakens from trauma, but a lot of us do. Trauma is that catalyst. Sometimes you got to go through something so painful that you have to take a step back and be like, oh, this isn't reality. And when that happens, you're going to start doing some research. You're going to start watching some videos, paying attention, reading some books, meditating. And you start to realize you're surrounded by demons your whole life. And when you go through that, you might go through the 5 stages of grief. You might be very angry, depressed, thinking to yourself, how did I not see this? This stuff was around me my whole life. You start thinking like people were like literally playing in your face. And that's why these narcs like having you around, because narcs like to operate in a way where they can be narcissistic, but people can't see what they're doing. You literally had people bullying you to your face, but you just kept smiling through it. You just kept telling yourselves like, oh, that's just how they play. Defending them to other people. That's how you guys know you'll experience real pain. And if that has happened to you guys, drop ones in the chat. People that you've defended and saying they're not like that, just for them to turn out to be like that. Other people are seeing this from the outside looking in, but you're looking at the life from like rose-tinted glasses and just thinking everyone is just a good person. Everyone has your best interest at heart. Some of you guys, just like myself, probably thought that everyone thought like you. And because of that, you projected yourself onto other people. And if they ever did something bad to you, you made some type of excuse for them. Like maybe they're sick. Maybe something just happened at the house. But I know for a fact they're not like that. Even though they keep doing bad stuff to you over and over and over. When you're like a generational curse breaker, guys, when you're a light worker, I'm pretty sure everyone in here can relate. Our biggest weakness is that we always give people the benefit of the doubt. Someone can literally play in our face, do the most demonic thing. But the old us, thank you, I appreciate it. But the old us was always like, nah, they're good. I remember that one good thing they did 5 years ago. I know there's good within them. Appreciate the gifts. That's why for a lot of us, we had to get to the point of understanding that we got to start seeing people for who they are. And going through that awakening and waking up to the spiritual warfare has definitely helped with this. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You guys went down the right rabbit holes and life has never been the same. Because now you can see these demons like on people. Even when everyone else might think they're a great person, they're charming, they're like the best person in the room. Because of your experiences, you can meet somebody, someone's telling you like, hey, this person's amazing. This is like the best person in the world. And as soon as they say one thing, you're like, that's a demon. That's a demon right there. Because of the experiences that you went through and the knowledge that you guys have gotten. Kamisha, welcome to the, appreciate it. Thank you. If you guys are in this chat, there's a high chance that you guys have a PhD in narcissism with a minor probably in psychology because of how aware you guys are and the fact that you guys pay attention. You guys didn't go to school for it, but just from what you went through, you had to figure this stuff out. It was either figure this stuff out or not be here to tell the tale or be here on TikTok. So everyone, W's in the chat, W's in the chat. You guys graduate from the school of narcissism. I wish we could have had a celebration ceremony for you guys. Maybe in the next life. Roseanne, thank you. It's a beautiful thing, guys. A lot of people don't like taking those classes. It's very hard because once you get that PhD, life will never be the same. You're going to be that crazy person out there talking about narcissism. And you can't talk about this stuff out loud. And that's why the journey is a little bit isolating. Because in here, you're going to feel accepted. In here, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about regarding this stuff. And you'll have people down in the comments saying, oh, that's real. I went through that too. Oh my God, da, da, da. But you say this stuff out there, the Matrix is going to take precautions to keep you from seeing the truth or trying to make you look crazy. So it invalidates the things that you know. But you know what you're seeing. It probably took you a minute to be comfortable in your beliefs. But once you start that journey of awakening, there's no going back. Some of you guys is probably mad that you even started this journey because you didn't get no rule book to this stuff. One day you just started awakening, you started seeing these things, and life was never the same. But you understand that you can't go back. Many are called, few are chosen. You guys picked up that phone. One day, like you hit your rock bottom. You had no one to turn to but yourself, God, source, the all. And you answered that phone call and life was never the same. And now you got all this like knowledge on demons and stuff, but with no one to talk to about it. Except us in the chat. There's some people out there that we also got the PhD. And you guys probably don't even know how much you even know about narcissism until like you deal with one. Then you can see the little tactics that they do. When you start to really be on this journey, it's like people are going to find it very hard to manipulate you. Because once what was not obvious, it starts to become very obvious what these people are doing. But everyone, welcome in, welcome in. Take the time right now to tell you guys, I appreciate you guys. If you guys are on the TikTok side, shoot me a sub on YouTube. This live will be uploaded afterwards. But today's topic, guys, we are talking about spiritual warfare. On Thursday, we talked about narcs. Friday was monitoring spirits. And today we are going to be talking about the succubus, incubus, and these honey traps. And you guys are going to get some clarity on why your dating life hasn't been a very easy journey. But if you guys felt like you've never dated like a normal person, or if you felt like you've dated a lot of like demonic people, drop ones down in the chat. And also towards the end, I'm going to be talking about like different ways to like protect yourselves. Lots of ones in the chat. Dating as a light worker, guys, is going to be a very hard thing to go through. As we talked about in the beginning, it's all an energy thing. When it comes to all these demons out there, succubus, narcissists, monitoring spirits, they're all energy vampires at the end of the day. Energy vampire is their baseline, but they take your energy in different ways. But all these demons want to drain you because the more drained you are, that will make your thoughts more negative. You will manifest more bad into your reality. and that keeps you away from your highest timeline. We are in a reincarnation trap, guys. These demons are out there to try to keep you down here on this planet. For some of you guys, this isn't your first time going through this life. To get out of here, we got to learn the lessons we got to learn. We got to go through certain experiences. I know a lot of this stuff is painful, but it's through pain that we learn. Someone said that on the TikTok side. And a lot of you guys are exhausted and you're like, yo, this is the last time this is your last time like here. And that's why you guys are like so like on figuring this stuff out. Because a lot of you guys feel like Earth is very ghetto. You be thinking to yourself, like, what is people doing down here? You don't want to be down here. Well, Earth itself isn't ghetto. It's more so of like what the people are doing. You don't know what all this extra stuff is going on. So you're like, you know what? I'm going to learn what I got to learn. So I got to get out of here. But when you actually start to awaken and you start to be on top of the things that you need to do, you probably always had energy vampires try to latch onto your energy. But when you really get focused, when you're really on what you got to do, these energy vampires are going to come more and more. And one way they're going to try to get you is coming in the form of a relationship. Because the wrong relationship, guys, can throw you guys off for a very long time. I talked to some of you guys in the messages, even in these chats. You guys tell me how long you've been with a narcissist. 5 years, sometimes 10 years. If you're with the wrong person, that can drain you and stop you from doing what you got to do. Understand, guys, that like when you are with somebody, you got to find someone that is on a similar frequency. If you find someone that's on a similar frequency, you're not going to feel tired being around them. You're going to feel rejuvenated. Because when you talk to people, guys, one of three things is happening. Either you're giving people energy, what you guys like to do a lot to people because of how high you vibrate, or you're taking energy. That's what these energy vampires do. Or you're bouncing energy back and forth in an equal way. And that's what will happen if you guys are around people that is of a similar frequency. But because there's not that many people that probably vibrate like you probably get to a point where you feel like not being around 99% of people is draining. If you guys have felt like you've gotten to that point, drop ones down in the chat. And I'm not going to say that every energy vampire is like a malicious thing. There's some energy vampires, they're very aware of what they're doing. Those are the malicious ones. But when you vibrate at a high level and you're talking to someone that's down there, the interaction is just naturally going to be you giving that person energy. But giving someone energy doesn't always have to be a bad thing. But it's when someone gets so used to taking the energy from you and they keep coming back and back and they're not trying to give you any type of energy, that's when you know you're dealing with the energy vampire. Now, what's some different ways someone could take energy from you? Lady, thank you, thank you. Before we even get into the many different ways, I'm going to have people ask, how do you know you're dealing with the energy vampire? All the answers you guys need are within. If you guys pay attention to how you feel, that will always give you the confirmation. We all have discernment. Even people that's like within the matrix and are unawakened, they have discernment, but probably not as strong as you. But if you feel like down after you talk to somebody, if you feel drained, you feel like you're overthinking, that's not a normal thing after talking to somebody. Understand that if you feel that way after talking to somebody, that is an energy vampire. For a lot of you guys, these people are your coworkers. Sometimes you think and someone said my job at the same time, synchronicity. But sometimes you guys think that it's a job that is draining you. Whole time, it's the people that's up in there. As soon as you walk into your job, you hit an unskippable cutscene. That coworker does not care about you, but they just keep talking to you. Remember how I said in conversations, guys, you're either giving energy, taking it, or sharing it. The more information you guys have, the bigger your frequency grows, the more knowledge of the universe you be getting, of the spiritual. You guys start to want to be able to have real conversations with people. But what you come to find out, not many people can handle a real conversation with you. How many of you guys feel like that? Drop ones down in the chat. You guys crave that deep connection with somebody, that conversation where they understand you. You say something, then they bounce off of you and you go back and forth. For a lot of you guys, since awakening, you haven't got that like at all. And if you've gotten it, it's been a very small percentage. Because the higher up you go, guys, the less and less pool of people you have to choose from. You guys know that expression is lonely at the top. That is a real thing. We always knew of that term, but when like you're fully living it, now you know what these people are talking about. Because now few people is going to be able to resonate with you guys in a conversation. You guys probably want to talk about the spiritual warfare, God, succubus, the Matrix, this and that. Hey, you start talking about that stuff in the Matrix, guys, they're going to label you as crazy. And these Agent Smiths, they will go pretty hard to like try to take you out. Because people in the 3D, guys, they operate out of ego. And their ego has to protect them from the truth. And they also got to like keep you within the Matrix as well. So if you even like say something that goes against their beliefs or goes against the Matrix, even when you're trying to have a genuine conversation with somebody, now you're becoming an enemy to that person. And a lot of you guys didn't know what was going on because after you awakened, you probably thought that everyone wanted to hear what you had to say. And you come to find out that is not the case. People do not want to hear what you got going on. People don't want you to save them from the Matrix. A lot of you guys have that savior complex. Like, I'm going to rescue everybody. I have the information to save the world. That probably got you jumped multiple times. Some people probably tell you in your face, like you're trying to save people. They'll literally tell you, you think you're better than me? And now you got a friend that you probably had for like 15 years. You told them like out of the Matrix advice, and now that person's attacking you. In this spiritual warfare, guys, we were dealing with like a lot of empty vessels. And these empty vessels, remember, in spiritual warfare, we don't battle of the flesh. We battle of these spirits and principalities. And you guys got to be aware of who you're dealing with. Because if you don't, they can get you and get your energy and put you in a depressive state if you're not careful. But yeah, guys, succubus, incubus, honey traps. A succubus is the female demon. The incubus is the male demon. Honey traps is just a term to use to say, basically the Matrix sends somebody your way in the form of a succubus or an incubus to knock you off your path, to drain your energy. And like I said in the beginning, all these demons are energy vampires, but they drain your energy in different ways. 2 days ago, we talked about how narcissists drain you. Yesterday, we talked about how monitoring spirits drain you. Today, we're going to talk about how these smexual demons will drain you. Now, guys, smexual energy, and I'm saying smex because I'm here on TikTok as well. But smex is one of the most powerful energies in this reality, guys. When you have an abundance of smexual energy, you start to become even more and more powerful. And that's why celibacy is going to be very strong on this journey, guys. If you guys aren't celibate, I recommend it. You can't really say this stuff in real life, though. This Matrix goes against celibacy. But if you could talk to anybody else that's on celibacy, they'll tell you they're having a good time. If you guys are celibate in these chats, drop the amount of years you are celibate for. Because when you look back on your lives, guys, you will start to see that the most depressing times of your life was when you were probably trying to date with the demons, trying to be in hookup culture, and all that stuff was just draining you. You got 4 years, 2 years, 10 years, and you guys are on it. You guys are inspiring other people to do the same. 12, 3, 2, 10 years. Hey, that's amazing. But when you guys are celibate and you're holding on to your sexual energy, that will make manifestation a whole lot easier. Whatever you're trying to pray and manifest will pop up in a 3D a whole lot easier. It will make you a whole lot more confident, assertive. A lot of people that are celibate, they don't even look their age because they have that energy within them that's aging them backwards. And all this stuff I'm saying too, like it's not just if you're celibate, it's mainly just being a high vibrational individual. And celibacy is one of the ways to get you up there and to keep you up there. But you will see a lot of people that are celibate, they look like 5 or 10 years younger than what they actually are. And the thing is, guys, when you go celibate or when you're holding on to your sexual energy, that's when these demons are going to seek you out. Because remember, this is a spiritual war. These demons don't want you to have that energy. These demons don't want you to be abundant. You guys see this when you're out there dealing with people. There's some demons, when you're happy, when you're winning, they're going to be very angry. They're like, what are you smiling about? They will go out of their ways to try to make you more miserable. Some of them do it in overt ways by trying to humble you, embarrass you. And some of them do it in covert ways. And when you have these succubus and incubus that come your way, guys, to take your sexual energy, it's not going to be as obvious as like I'm saying it. Because me saying right now, like a honey trap's going to be sent your way, a demon's going to be sent your way. In your mind, you're probably imagining like someone that looks demonic, someone that has fire behind them. But this stuff isn't obvious, guys, because these demons, they look like normal people. And not only do they look like normal people, this matrix can send your exact type. So you can deal with the succubus or incubus. They're attractive, charming. They know just what to tell you to get you. And that's why discernment is going to be your best friend, guys. Discernment is going to be your best friend. What these demons are going to do in the beginning, guys, they also know too that when these demons are sent your way, they're not always like, how do I say it? You probably think when you meet somebody that, oh, you just met them. This is your first time meeting them. This is their first time knowing of you. A lot of these demons, guys, they're studying you from afar. They're trying to figure you guys out through your social media. That's why we talked about yesterday, be careful what you post. Because these succubus and incubus guys, they really want to get you guys. And they know that if you saw them for who they actually were, you wouldn't give these demons a chance. So before they meet you, before they start that interaction, they got to put some type of mask on. And the mask that they're going to put on is like pretty much how you are. How you are as a person, your values, your morals. They'll study that, mirror that right back to you. Because I wish that I can tell you guys that once you have discernment, you're never going to run into any of these issues. I wish I can tell you that eventually you're going to get to a level where all this stuff just stops and they're going to leave you alone. But new levels, new devils, guys, they are studying you because they're trying to figure out ways to override your discernment. And one way they can override your discernment is by mirroring you, preying on your need to find love. And because a lot of you guys feel alone, you guys just want people to understand you. As soon as that demon starts mirroring you, you just throw discernment out the window. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you guys are going to be dating out there, be very careful. I'm not going to be anti-dating all the way and say, don't date, stay in the house, be a monk. But if you want to date people, you got to kind of understand how valuable your energy is. Your energy, guys, is the reason that you guys have a lot of good things in your lives. And demons want that for themselves. And they're going to manipulate you so they can get it. So by knowing that, you just got to vet people out. Another way to know you're dealing with a succubus or incubus is they're going to want to move really fast with you guys. Really, really fast. Because they know that the faster they can get you guys into a soul tie, the faster you'll throw discernment out the window and you won't really catch the red flags. If someone's trying to move fast with you guys got to kind of see like what is going on right now. That's when we get into the whole love bombing. Why is someone telling you they love you on the first date? Succubus, incubus, warlock, get out of here. Why is someone telling you they want a kid with you first date? They're going to get a house, the white picket fence, a warlock, succubus, incubus, get out of here. But a lot of you guys be sensing that stuff. And just like we said in the beginning, if you guys just got up in here, we were talking about how light workers, our biggest weakness is we want to give people the benefit of the doubt. A lot of this stuff I'm telling you guys is not new information to you. You guys be out there on the battlefield. You guys be seeing this stuff with your own two eyes. But you be thinking to yourself like, nah, I don't think so. Nah, I'm going to ignore that. Hey, guys, it's a war out there. I'm going to say this right now. If you guys are ignoring your discernment, if you're ignoring God's messages, hey, you got to go through that lesson. I'm sorry. And I'm going to be real with you guys. Everyone in here that's watching me, I can't say something where all you guys are just going to be like, okay, we're good now. Some of you guys just got to go through it. And I'm going to just keep it real with you. And the only reason some of us know it is because we have to go through the trenches. And I'm not going to be on here acting like I didn't have to go through it. That's how I have this knowledge. You ignore your discernment, you're gonna have a very bad time. Your discernment is there to help you with the spiritual war. Understand that these demons operate behind the veil. They're operating within the darkness. Growing up, you probably just always thought like, why is everyone like this? This is so unfair. And God finally answered your prayer. Like, yeah, you're right. This isn't fair what they're doing, but I'm going to bless you with gifts so you can be able to see through this stuff. But how do you get blessed with gifts? And then when it comes time to use the gifts, you're like, nah. God is like poking you like, yo, that's a demon. You're like, nah. I know better than God. And once again, if you're operating that way, you just got to go through it. Because, guys, everyone that comes into your life, everyone that has betrayed you, everyone that has done you wrong, drained your energy, discarded you, the signs was always there. It's not like a demon was like an angel and then one day they just wake up and just like kind of start bullying you and stuff. The signs were always there. And if you keep ignoring the signs, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Everyone has like their different standards and boundaries. My one is like, I give someone like one chance to be weird. No one's perfect. Everyone has like that one time. But also when you have discernment, you guys are going to have pattern recognition. And when you have pattern recognition and they start doing that same behavior and they keep saying they're going to change this and that, it's probably time to get away from them. Because one thing that's going to come with these succubus and incubus guys is you have to get to the point where you're not trying to gain clarity from the demon. You're not trying to explain yourselves to them. These demons are very manipulative guys. They are doing witchcraft on you. The reason they probably even got you was because they're doing witchcraft. So when you know someone is a demon, you know someone is doing witchcraft, why are you going to go to them and ask for clarity? Like, we got to stop that. I'm not saying go out there and not communicate with anybody, be a stone wall, you see stuff cut off. But there's some people out there you cannot communicate with. And I can't give you a black and white answer to figure out what, like, who that is. It's going to be your discernment. If you know someone is playing these games and they're aware of what they're doing, you probably don't want to explain yourself to that demon. Because once again, a lot of us had to go through the trenches to figure that out. A lot of us was like, you know what? They probably don't know what they're doing. Let me have a conversation with them. And these demons are waiting for you guys to explain yourselves. For you guys that don't know, witchcraft is a manipulation of energy. These demons need you to explain, talk, give your energy so they can further manipulate it. And we was under witchcraft our whole lives because we probably dated, that first person we dated, that was like a fever dream. Your guys' first relationship was probably with the narcissist. And every time they did something, you were trying to communicate with them. And every time you tried to communicate, you would go into the conversation looking for clarity, and you would leave feeling even more confused. Some of you guys was under so much heavy witchcraft that you would go into the conversation, try and get clarity, trying to figure out what they were doing, and you will leave apologizing. If that's ever happened to you guys, drop ones in the chat. If you ever had an issue you want to bring up to somebody and you end up leaving the conversation more confused and you apologize, that someone did witchcraft on you. And that's why these demons are waiting for you to explain yourselves, because they're waiting. They're like, all right, if they say this, I'm going to say that. If they do this, I'm going to do that. Some of you guys are advanced on this path already. You guys have already figured that stuff out. And then you get to a point where you're able to cut off people and and leave without that explanation. You get to a point on this journey where you don't need closure from like some individuals. And if you guys are new to the journey, you guys will get there. Hopefully this information makes you a little bit more aware so it's easier to deal with. But some people, guys, understand you're never going to get clarity from them. You're never going to get that apology. Some demon out there probably still waiting for you to come back so you could explain yourselves. The confusion is the clarity, guys. Them like putting you in a state of confusion and doing what they did should be the clarity enough for you to be able to walk away. Because that weakness that we had growing up with us giving people the benefit of the doubt, when you have discernment, you're going to constantly ask yourselves, do they know what they're doing? Do they know what they're doing? Everyone in here that has discernment, do you guys think people know what they're doing? Or do you think people are really that dumb? DG, appreciate the roses. You got the yeses in the chat. Yeses in the chat. They know what they're doing, guys. And if you guys are still at that point of your journey where you're like, I don't think they know what they're... Hey, if you got to question something, your discernment, you're not questioning something for no reason. If you cleared out your trauma blockages, if you did your shadow work and you healed, you're not feeling something for no reason. And these demons come into your life to confuse you, to derail you. And if you guys got someone in your life right now where you're like confused, you're overplaying conversations in your head, you get anxious after every conversation you have with them, it's time to drop that person out of your life. Because if you don't, it's going to get worse and worse. Hey, appreciate it. Hefe, you are the GOAT. But yeah, these sexual demons have to come around you, put you in a state of confusion so they can keep draining you all the way. And one thing about these energy vampires, guys, is they only love you on a conditional basis. And to some of you guys, if you're still dealing with these demons, I don't mean to put you into psychosis. I don't mean to like break that fairy tale that you probably had. But with demons, they can't love you how you love them. They can't connect with you as how you connect with people. These demons don't want to connect with people. They want control. They want your energy. Some of these demons have you under like very heavy witchcraft, where they make you think that like you're like a liability, like you're the issue, like you don't do anything in the relationship. When the whole time energy is everything, and they're there because of your energy. And if you no longer had said energy, they're going to discard you. It's just like Real Little Spooky said in the chat, it's transactional. But you probably didn't even know your energy is that powerful. You didn't even know you were giving your energy. You're just believing them for whatever they say. But if you guys are in this chat, you guys are very powerful individuals. You guys vibrate very high. And these demons want your energy. Because when they take it from you, when you're dealing with people that's normally depressed, overthinking, going through it, taking your energy makes them feel better about themselves. It makes them feel happier. When they were demotivated, now your energy is giving them that boost that they need. And staying around those people for too long, having that succubus, incubus in your life, you can go from like a normally happy individual to not even recognizing yourself by the end of said relationship. How many of you guys stop recognizing yourselves at the end of a bad relationship? Drop ones in the chat. You didn't even look like yourself. The life was gone in your eyes. You didn't even want to get out of bed. Everyone's like, are you good? Are you good? That's because you guys had a demon in your life that drained you of your light, quite literally. Because one thing about the spiritual realm, guys, if you guys were able to see within the spiritual realm, everyone has like an aura around them. And you guys being high vibrational individuals, you guys got a bright aura, bright. And you guys aren't battling demons like other people. And the more you work on yourself, the brighter it gets. You guys in the chat, you guys are, the guys in here, you're divine masculine. The women in here, you guys are divine feminine. And when you become of divine, you attract more demons that want to take that from you. Because once again, if you're able to see in the spiritual realm, when you have that light aura, these people have a very dark aura around them. These succubus and incubus, they are quite literally fighting demons. And that's why they can't handle the thoughts that they have in their head. But they know when they're around you, they feel better. The only thing about that is they take your energy, but they're not holding on to it. You guys are doing high vibrational things day in and day out to maintain said energy. And while you guys are doing those things, they're doing low vibrational things to kind of burn out that energy. And I do this a lot in these chats, but to give the new people some things to keep their vibration high. Everyone, the high vibrational things you guys do on a day-to-day basis, drop it down in the chat. If you guys are dealing with a succubus or incubus, they're not doing these things that you guys are about to list. A succubus and incubus, they're doing low vibrational things such as gossiping, being around negativity, parties, all these different things. And when you guys are out here doing the grounding, the prayer, SR, journaling, church, fasting, when you guys are doing those things, it's making your frequency high. And then when you have these succubus, incubus, they're right here. They're like, yo, I need to get that energy from that person. That's why with these succubus and incubus guys, another way to know that you're dealing with one is someone that can never be by themselves. If someone has to always constantly be in a relationship, that person is probably battling demons. Remember, in spiritual warfare, we're not battling of the flesh. We're battling the spirits and principalities. And for someone to be a succubus and incubus, that is just someone that's went through trauma throughout their lives and they weren't able to figure it out. Now, you guys in the chat, my light workers, sometimes these succubus and incubus are going to make it seem like they had no choice but to go evil. We all got a choice. Because when you guys look at some of these succubus and incubus, you guys probably went through way more things than those people, but you guys were able to figure it out. Whatever you went through, you're like, let me learn. Let me try to figure this stuff out. Yeah, it made me bend a little bit. But your guys' soul, you guys can't go evil. It just feels weird, inauthentic, and you don't want to put your misery out to other people. Hate to say this, but there's some people that they wasn't able to figure it out. Some people, they went through trauma in middle school, never able to figure it out. They joined the dark side immediately. Someone got traumatized in high school, dark side immediately. And then we see you, a bad family system, you figured it out. Bad friend group, figured it out. 20 betrayals per year, you figured it out. Succubus, incubus, they got cheated in middle school, dark side immediately. They got cheated in middle school, now they got to traumatize men and women out here because hurt people hurt people. A lot of these people need therapy out there, guys, and like they look like normal people. That's like the scary part about it. These social chameleons, succubus, incubus, they know how to play the part very well. Remember, they mirror people. They don't even have like real empathy. Like they can pretend. Like there's some people out there, they know how to fake cry. They know the right moments to look sad when they don't feel it. And that's why when these people's mask finally dropped, it's going to throw you off. Because you're going to think to yourselves, like, how were you able to pretend for this long? Some of you guys was in relationships with these people. That mask didn't drop to like 5 years. Yeah, there was little slips, but for the most part, they were giving you the performance of a lifetime. And when that mask drops, you're not even going to want to believe it. You're like, oh no, is this like a one-off thing? And when that mask drops, guys, you guys got to know that's who they really are. Like, that's who they are. And once that mask goes back on, for a lot of you guys are at the point of your journey that when that mask drops, you can't unsee it anymore. It's going to be like really weird being around those people. Because at first, they were probably on their best behavior. They were love bombing you. That's like another way people love bomb people. They come into your life, they're on their best behavior. And for a lot of you guys was falling for that stuff in the beginning of your life. They find out what you like. They're doing all the things you want out of a relationship. But then as soon as you get the person, as soon as they feel like you're comfortable, now they drop the mask. Because remember, like I said, when it comes to these succubus and incubus, they move very, very fast. They got to get you in that soul tie immediately. They try to have sex with you very, very fast. Because once you do have sex with them, or once that soul tie is attached to you, now you're really not going to be able to see what they are doing. Now you're really going to be under that spell. And once again, that's what I'm saying. You guys got to vet people. Don't be so fast to hop into a relationship with somebody. Because one thing with everybody, guys, I don't care who it is out there, even us, people like us, like we're light workers trying to pretend like we're NPCs, Agent Smiths. But sometimes we can't pretend forever. Because for us, that stuff is exhausting. One time you might say something that's a little bit too deep. An NPC might be looking at you like, what did you just say? And that's the same for the demons as well. They can't pretend forever. They're going to try to pretend like they're like you. They're going to say something that's weird. And you guys are going to clock it immediately. And at that point, you're going to see who's experienced spiritual people to the people that's just starting this journey. Because some of you guys in here, you're still catching it, but you're like, nah, they're good. That was probably like a one-off thing. And like I said earlier, if you ignore it, it's just going to get weirder and weirder. Because sometimes when people reveal themselves, it's not by accident. When you guys hit a certain frequency, you guys are anointed, you guys are a reflection, God will like make these people like snitch on themselves. Someone will say like the most demonic thing to you, and people are probably always doing that throughout your life. You just wasn't able to catch it. They'll literally be telling you like, I need to drain you of your energy. But it'll be like in a joking way. And if you're not awakened to this stuff, you're not going to think much of it. But when you're awakened, you're going to be like, why did they just tell me that? Or not even just that, like people will tell you like the demonic stuff they're doing to other people. And once you guys recognize patterns and you understand they all do the same thing, or if you guys are kind of new to their journey, do know that if someone is telling you something demonic they did to somebody else, that is God letting you know they're about to do that to you. Like probably in the next day, the next week. But don't think you're the exception to the rule. If someone just said they manipulated someone and stole all their money yesterday, they're gonna plan and do that same thing to you. Don't think that, oh, we're a little bit closer, or I'm in a relationship with this person, I'm the exception. Nah, hey. When people start saying things like that, it's time to like clock it. And sometimes you gotta have a conversation with somebody and know that, oh, this is probably my last time talking to this person. And then sometimes you might think to yourself, like, okay, maybe that was a coincidence. Well, for one, there's no such thing. But two, God is going to give you a chance. So if you don't want to cut them off that first time, it's completely fine. But you're going to get another red flag that's going to add on to that one. And now God's going to be like, all right, either you're going to cut them off, or if you don't, I'm going to make the situation so bad you have no choice but to cut them off. And if God has to step in, guys, you're going to hit some type of rock bottom. You're going to go through some like crazy experience with that person. Because when it comes to these energy vampires, these succubus and incubus, they're going to do something to you. They're going to do something to you that you just never expected. You're going to be thinking to yourself, like, is this real life right now? Are they really doing this? You guys probably have some of the craziest stories of these people doing some things. And that is your confirmation. You're not dealing with like normal individuals. Because some of these people are doing things where you can't even say it out loud. Like, people are not going to believe you. And to this day, you probably dealt with the succubus or incubus, walked away from them a little bit too late. And now you have these people stalking you. Stalking is very normalized these days, but hey, that's not a normal thing. And if you have a succubus, incubus trying to stalk you, that's them trying to be connected with you by any means possible. Because remember, they're energy vampires. When they were with you, they were draining you. If you're able to walk away from a succubus or incubus, they're not going to take too kindly to it. Because as we know, guys, energy vampires, they're very entitled. Some of these energy vampires think that your energy belongs to them. And all these high vibrational things you guys are saying, praying, meditating, going to the gym, reading, all that energy you built up, that high vibrational frequency, they think it belongs to them. And if you try to protect your energy, or you try to cut off one of these succubus or incubus, they're going to be like, who do you think you are? What do you mean you're protecting your energy? They don't like that at all. Another way to know you're dealing with some type of demon is that they punish you for setting boundaries. For a lot of us, that was a lesson like we had to learn, and it was hard to break out of that. Because remember, if we're growing up in a narcissistic family system, we're being groomed by demons to get bullied by other demons when we go out into society. You guys was probably growing up, anytime you probably tried to set a boundary, your parents just attacked you immediately. They made you feel guilty for it. They did that repeatedly. And now you guys felt guilty to have any type of needs. You guys felt guilty anytime you had to say no. And if you guys are in the chat and that is how you're operating right now, you got to break out of that. Because in this spiritual warfare, guys, if you're not able to have boundaries, these demons are going to obliterate you. And they can sense that you don't have boundaries from like a distance. It's like a weird type of demonic discernment they have, where it's like the takers recognize the givers just off of like one conversation with you. You got to understand that like when it comes to humans and demons, they're always testing people. And if people are like kind of like really taking advantage of you and doing all these weird things, you failed a certain amount of tests, they kind of let those demons know that you're up for grabs. And your boundaries is going to pass those tests. So like when a demon is coming and they're trying to attack you and you set a boundary, you say no, or you have that energy to let them know you're not the one, you don't play games, they're going to leave you alone. And they're going to go find the next empath that they can manipulate. But some of these honey traps, they're very persistent. And that's why they'll really try to manipulate you to see if they can get you. Some of you guys clocked a lot of this stuff in the beginning too. You guys probably had that one person, that one honey trap come into your life. You probably already had the narcissistic relationship. You didn't know what was going on. You thought that was a normal person. By the end of it, you didn't even recognize yourself. So you're like, you know what? I'm going to go figure this out. Let me go heal from this relationship. And as you're healing, learning the lessons you got to learn, you probably had someone else come into your life. And with that person, you probably already clocked it a little bit. You're like, you don't want anything. You're good. But that person was very persistent. These how these honey traps come up in your lives, guys, when you're not even looking for anything. When you're on the path of healing, your highest timeline. But sometimes they're able to do that witchcraft on you, and someone that you wouldn't have gave a chance to, someone that you was telling no repeatedly, or someone you wasn't really reciprocating the energy, they know how to do some type of witchcraft to make you fall for their spell. A lot of love spells are going on in the dating game, guys, and you guys have to be aware of that. Remember, if people's manipulating you, that's them doing black magic. If you say no the first time, they go straight to doing more tactics on you. But if you guys are divinely protected and you guys are at a certain frequency, you'll be able to see through these things. You'll be able to know if people are manipulating you. But in the beginning, it was probably hard to catch that stuff because you probably wasn't reciprocating the energy. Then slowly but surely, you just found yourselves like falling for that person. Slowly but surely, you start thinking to yourself, like, you know what? Maybe I can be with this person. Because you start noticing that you guys had a lot in common. The more you talk to them, the more you find yourselves falling for them. They was doing a lot of like witchcraft on you. Witchcraft while they were talking to you. Witchcraft while they were away from you. There's people out there, they can manifest you guys into their reality. Some people meet you and they think to themselves really hard, like, I want this person very bad, even if you told them no. So then they go on social media. They go on these TikTok lives. They ask people, how can I manifest this person? They book these one-on-ones with people. They tell them exactly what to do. And the next thing you know, you're yearning for somebody that you once told yourselves you didn't want to be with. Now you're having dreams about this individual. And now you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, you know what? Maybe I can give this person a chance. Then some of you guys get with that person. Either the connection was very short or you had some type of relationship with the individual, but that ended very bad because remember, when it comes to these honey traps, these people are sent on demonic assignments to break you guys. And that's when you enter the avoidance, guys. A lot of avoidance that's sent your way, guys, is not by accident. These people come into your lives to break you mentally. Because if you guys thought the narcissist was bad, try being with somebody that is very avoidant, someone that you thought you could have something with, and then they pull back. And those demons will put you under limerence as well. Because you guys are mourning someone that you thought that you wanted, but the whole time that's not even who the person is. Remember, they mirrored you, they did all this weird stuff. Limerence, you're here imagining this future with somebody that does not even exist. And then once again, that stuff's gonna break you down. And by that happening, you probably was on a come up. You was doing what you gotta do, learning the lessons. Then that demon comes into your life and then you kind of just go downhill. Kind of spiritual warfare, guys, you guys can quantum jump into a higher timeline. But if you backtrack, you could quantum jump back into a worse timeline. Things that you got, you can start losing things by being in the wrong relationship. But do understand, guys, you guys are divinely protected. And when this stuff does happen to you, you can't really let it affect you, because we're all out here learning the lessons, going through the trials and tribulations. And whatever is like taken from you, you're going to get that stuff back. That's why when it comes to dealing with these succubus, incubus, honey traps, all you can really do is cut these people off, go no contact, learn what you got to learn, and keep it pushing. But if you allow these people to stay connected to you, they're going to keep draining you and making your life worse and keeping you stuck in a lower timeline. Honey traps, if you guys want to protect your energy, like getting your energy back from them, if you're having sex with that person repeatedly, you are giving that person your energy, and you are being drained. And chat, what does SMEC stand for? And to the new people in the chat, I gotta say SMEX because I'm here on TikTok. But understand, people that you have SMEX with is not as normal as other people, as like this matrix makes it seem. Who's gonna get it first, guys? TikTok or YouTube? TikTok or YouTube? And TikTok is a winner, a natural beauty. Yeah, guys, SMEX stands for a sacred energy exchange. Like we said earlier, when it comes to talking to people, you're either giving energy, taking energy, or you guys are sharing energy evenly. The same thing applies to when you're having SMEX with somebody. Because if you have SMEX with an energy vampire, they're going to drain you. Like, put this in perspective. If you're dealing with like an energy vampire that you're not having SMEX with, probably will take, and you're like linking up with them like every day, that probably will take them like a month to drain you. But then if you're having SMEX with an energy vampire, 2 times can drain you. You guys have SMEX with certain individuals and you're wondering to yourselves, why are you overthinking? Why are you anxious? Why are you depressed? Because remember, these people are battling demons. And if you have SMEX with a honey trap, now their demons are going on to you. Now they're feeling rejuvenated. They're feeling happy. While you're there just kind of like battling darkness now. Anxious, thinking to yourselves, like, why did I even do that? And then some of you guys don't understand what is going on. And you guys want to hold on to people by having SMEX with them. But as we were talking about when it comes to energy vampires, once you no longer have said energy, guys, they're going to discard you. And they're not going to think twice about it. That's why this stuff is going to confuse you as well. Because the love bombing is really going to like throw your mind for a loop. These demons could look you in the eyes, say, I love you. We're going to get married. We're going to have a kid. But then if you no longer have said energy, they're going to kick you to the curb like the next day. And you're going to wonder to yourselves, like, did this person ever love me? Now, with that question, it is a spectrum. Because remember, these people are being used and not even knowing they're being used. So with some people, when they say they love you, they actually believe it in that moment. And then you don't have the energy and their emotions just go away. But some of these demons know exactly what they're doing. They know they're using you. They know if they say this, they'll be able to get you under their spell. You will give them their energy. And then they'll end up just dipping out as soon as they get the energy. Now, when people do that, guys, when people are draining your energy to make their lives better, That is what a destiny swap is. When it comes to destiny swapping, it's just these energy vampires, these honey traps, succubus, incubus. They are trying to find other high vibrational people because you guys are up here. And when you guys are up here, you guys are manifesting abundance, more positive things within your life. Then you have this energy vampire. They see you from a distance. They see that you're like vibrating high. You're living a good life. So they try to come around you. And if you stay around an energy vampire for too long, remember, you're giving that person your energy and you're going down and they're going up. Your life is getting worse and their life is getting better. And that's how the swap happens. And like I said, energy vampires, once you no longer have the energy to give them, as soon as they feel like the scales tip it the other way, they'll break up with you immediately. If you're right here and they're right here, and they got right here, they'll break up with you immediately. And you'll wonder to yourself, like, what happened? I thought they loved me. I thought it was this. They were only there for your energy. And that's how people do Smex magic on you guys. Because when it comes to destiny swappers, a process that could have probably took a month, they can get that stuff to happen with you like off of 1 or 2 times with having Smex with you. Some of you guys have Smex with the wrong person, your life just starts going downhill. Before you met that destiny swapper, energy vampire, honey trap, succubus, incubus, you were having a good job, money was good, had a cool car, friendships were amazing. Then after you have Smex with that honey trap, now you probably got fired from your job. Now you wake up in the morning, your car just got towed or something. Now you're fighting with your family members. You're not knowing what is going on. And then if you were to look at that other person, now their life is going amazing. Just got a promotion at their job. Money's going up. And they know these things subconsciously. And that's why they always got to seek out other people to take their energy from. That person probably told you too that they've been single for a minute. They haven't dated anybody. Remember, guys, when it comes to honey traps, they're just out there ruining people's lives, draining people. Some of these people will like break up with other people to get with you because they see that you have more energy to give. And as soon as you have no more energy to give, they'll discard you and then they'll get with someone like very, very fast. They'll get with someone so fast that you're going to think to yourselves, like, did this person ever love me? If that's been your experience, drop ones down in the chat. But one thing about demons, guys, is they're always going to come back. Every single time. Even if they get with somebody else, you got to remember your energy can't be replaced too easily. Law of divine oneness, guys. You guys got to study your laws of the universe. People can feel you from a distance. Once you start to get your power back, once you guys start to get your energy back, they will feel that and they will hit you up because they want to come back and finish the job. And at that point, you got to ask yourselves, did you learn the lesson or are you going to go back to that demon? Because if you go back to that demon, it's going to be the same story. And some of you guys are going to ask me, well, can they change? Can they do this? Demons do have a chance to change and get better. But I'm going to tell you this, guys, right now, it doesn't really happen that much. When you look at the world, the Matrix, people that are awakened, the good ones, there's only a small percentage of us out here. And that's why you guys barely meet other people like you out there. So when you're dealing with these demons, assume that if they're trying to come back into your life, they're going to put on the same mask to get you back, the same manipulation tactics. And you got to understand that, like, or you guys see it yourselves. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And when they try to come back into your life, they're going to try to be overly nice. You got to ignore that stuff because it's going to be the same story. And also, God is testing you because if you forgive them and let them back into your life, they're going to keep you back in that same misery. And also, peep this as well. Sometimes you guys ask, do these demons get their karma? Do they end up going through it? A lot of times people can't get their karma because you stick around them and you forgive them for the things that they are doing. And they subconsciously know that as well. And they know they got to keep you in their lives. But as soon as you walk away and they start to get that karma, that's when they're going to try to seek you guys back out. And if you guys don't believe me, check the chats. If you guys have dealt with a demon that discarded you guys and tried to come back, drop ones in the chat. Even if you block them, they find some way to get in contact with you. Because as soon as you walk away from these demons, life is not going well for these people. And remember, guys, the world is a stage. Every time I say that, I get scared of putting some of you guys in psychosis. But do understand that people out there are pretending. When you walk away from people, they're going to try to put the facade on of their life is still good. Everything is great. No, when it comes to social media, guys, people just post highlight reels. But when you have discernment, you're going to be able to see through that stuff. People are going to act like they're doing fine, try to get you back into their lives. But you can see through the facade. You can see that these people are going through it and they need you to come back so they can stop all that bad karma from happening. Because when a demon tries a destiny swap with you guys, emphasis on try, that stuff is never permanent. All you have to do is call your power back, stay no contact, and whatever was taken from you, it's going to rectify itself. You just got to trust the process. Trust the process. For example, let's say you got with that honey trap and they were destiny swapping, you lost your job. Let's even take it as far as you went homeless and you're really dependent on that honey trap to support you. Also, be careful of that as well, guys. Some of these demons will use like you being financially dependent on them to trap you. Money is energy. If you guys feel like you got to stay stuck in that position because of that, understand that when you leave, like you will get blessed for it, but you got to have the strength to even be able to walk away. But like I said, if you lost a job, you went homeless, you lost your car, being with the wrong person, as soon as you walk away, whatever that person got from your energy and got from being with you, now karma is going to hit that individual. And it might not, what they were given, it might not be taken away in the same exact way, but trust that the punishment is going to fit the crime. And whatever you got taken away from you, you're going to get that stuff back times 10, times 20, times 30. The blessings are going to start rolling in. You're going to be like, man, I didn't know life can get this good. You didn't know that because you were with the demon that was manipulating you to stay in darkness. Sometimes all you guys got to do is stay away from the wrong people for a little bit, and you'll be able to start seeing this stuff. Some of you guys right now, you're probably under a witchcraft spell and you're not able to see it for yourself. And I get that this stuff is hard. I've been through this stuff. Hey, appreciate the galaxy. Thank you. But once you call your power back, you're always going to see it. Some of you guys call your power back and then people just start looking way different. You call your power back and now they don't even look like the person you dated. You're like, there's no way I dated this person. It's not even my type. Like, what is going on? If that's been your experience, drop ones down in the chat. Once that starts to happen, guys, that means the witchcraft spell has lifted. You have escaped from another honey trap, warlock. Blessings on blessings. Oh, happy day. And another way you know that the witchcraft spell is lifting is now you're able to think back to like old experiences, and now you're able to see as clear as day. All the times they manipulated you, now like the memories are coming in your head. You start being like grocery shopping, you're breaking stuff down like, oh my God, it was always in front of me. That's what I'm saying. If you guys are currently in a relationship with a honey trap, succubus, incubus, break up with them, go no contact. If you don't have the strength to get away from them, go on a long fast. Going on a fast will give you the strength to be able to walk away. It will give you the clarity to know exactly what to do when it comes with these people. And I saw some comments asking, well, how do we take our power back? Like I just said, go in no contact, but also understand your words are very powerful. You guys, everyone watching this chat, you guys are powerful beings. And if right now you're not having the ability to be able to walk away from people, you have someone manipulating you to not even know that you're a powerful entity. But you're going to feel it right now. If you guys are in any type of situation, or even if you're not, just write in the chat, I call my power back, all capital letters. When you write it out, say it and actually feel it. And also imagine that cord that is on somebody else. Imagine it getting cut. And then you will feel yourselves actually like getting that power back. Now, if you guys are like, and it's all dependent of how long you guys was with the person, how deep that witchcraft goes. This is one step to take. But the longer you stay away from these people, the easier it's going to become. The more and more that spell is going to lift every single day. And it's also dependent to what you guys are doing while you are no contact with these individuals. Some of you guys say you're no contact, but you're not really no contact. You're no contact, but you check on their social media every other day. You're no contact, but you text them like when you're out, like, oh, I miss you. Hey guys, no contact is real no contact. That means block the person, cut the cord, delete all the pictures. And I know it's going to be hard because at the same time too, people don't talk about this a lot, but when you cut off a demon, when you got to walk away from one of these demons, you're still mourning the person you thought that person was. So I understand that it is going to be hard, but it's going to be rewarding because the longer you stay away from them, the easier it's going to be over time. And like I said, that witchcraft spell is going to start to lift. They're going to start to feel it on their end. Remember, you're in soul ties with people. When you break that soul tie with somebody, they can feel that. Someone can feel when you are done. You can say you're done with somebody and they themselves know they're not done with me. But when you mentally make that decision that you're done with somebody, now they're going to try to like get you back into their lives by any means possible. Even you guys in the chat, you guys probably just write, I called my power back. When you guys do things like that, you might get a text from somebody because they can feel you kind of like separating from their grasp. And they're trying to do everything they can to pull you back in. Because remember, guys, when it comes to these demons, they don't want connection. They want control. And when you guys are able to take your power back, you take away their control. And then you start reminding them of how they felt when they lost that control. And they go straight back to the little kid that went through that trauma all those years ago. Because like I said in the beginning, some of these demons got traumatized in middle school, gave up. Some of these demons got traumatized in high school, gave up. So when you go no contact, you take your power back. Now they're reminded to that time they lost control, and they're going to try to come back into your life. Like by texting you from like false numbers, showing up to your job, messaging people you know, like, hey, tell this person to reach out to me. And all those methods, you guys got to kind of keep them out of your life. Because remember, they don't want you as a person. You doing that, they're going to start falling for you even more too. Because in a way, that's you kind of reversing the spell. The original spell had you chasing them. The original spell had you sacrificing your self-worth to be with that individual. But now that you took your power back, now they're chasing you. You kind of reverse the dynamic. And by doing that, they get very pissed off because they never expected that stuff to even happen. Because when people see you guys from a distance, they think you're an easy target. They think they can just manipulate you and get away with it. They think you're just going to stick around and allow them to do the things that they are doing. So when you guys finally had the ability to walk away and stay away, that throws them off completely. Because also what you're able to do, a lot of people before you wasn't able to do that. These demons were probably like hopping from person to person to person, traumatizing. And then they run into you. And then you're the first one to not really fall for the games. Maybe you were falling for it in the beginning, but you were finally able to catch on and walk away from them. And then if you stay away from them, your divine protection is going to come to work. That person's going to start getting their karma. Now they're going to get fired from their job. Some of these people go homeless. Some of these people lose all their friendships and relationships. All because they chose the wrong person to mess with. When you guys are light workers and you guys are walking this path, you guys got to trust you are protected. And that doesn't mean that you'll never get attacked. That doesn't mean that you'll never have a demon come into your presence. These weapons are going to form, but they're not going to prosper. And when those demons start to get their karma, they're going to try to come back into your life like any way they can. And if they can't come back into your life as like a friend or as like a relationship partner or like a positive way, they're going to settle on like being your enemy. And then we start to enter them doing like the smear campaigns. If you guys ever had an ex do a smear campaign on you, drop ones in the chat. And that's like another way to know you're dealing with a demon. Because if someone truly loved you, if someone truly had your best interest at heart and was on your team, even if you separate, they're not going to be out there lying on you guys. And for you guys in the chat that don't know, a smear campaign is just them lying on your name, them trying to ruin your reputation, because they understand that if they do some type of smear campaign on you and you respond to what they're doing, that still keeps them connected to you in some type of way. When it comes to these energy vampires, they got to attach that energetic core to you guys. And while they were with you, it was attached. And they were draining you in ways that you didn't even know. And now that you guys know with the succubus and incubus, when they had sex with you, that was how they were draining you. And if you take that away from them, now they got to find other ways to drain your energy. And a smear campaign is one of the many ways they're going to try. And once again, guys, the best way to protect yourselves in spiritual warfare, in a smear campaign, is to ignore. Especially when that information gets back to you and it was like an X, a honey trap. You're going to think to yourselves like, why are they saying this about me? I got to go defend myself. Don't defend yourselves, guys. Because as soon as you defend yourselves, you allow them to connect the cord. They understand that they got you back under their thumb. You're going to start going right back to the overthinking, the anxiety, the depression. Remember, guys, like your thoughts, like you aren't your thoughts. And when you start to think something, you got to think, why are you thinking this? When you have a certain person in your life, like that succubus or incubus, you were having sex with them, you were depressed that whole time. As soon as you walked away from them, you just felt a whole lot better. Even though it probably took you some time to fully get your power back, you were feeling better day by day by day. Now when they start to do even more witchcraft on you, like that smear campaign, it gets you back into like anxiety and overthinking. Like why are you doing this? And that's why you guys got to ignore that stuff, because if you guys start feeding into it, you will be right back where you started. Right back having that anxiety, overthinking. And because our thoughts create our reality, if you guys allow the witchcraft to have that effect on you, you're just going to manifest more bad into your reality. You got to be so like comfortable, or you got to master the ability to like be unbothered, stay calm, not let people get under your skin. When these demons start to do all these little weird tactics they can to get your energy, you got to kind of just see it and be like, oh, that's like a demonic person, and not let it get to you. Your whole life, you're probably trying to figure out, why are they doing this? Why are they lying about me? And that had you in a state of confusion for a long period of time. But now that you are awakened to this spiritual warfare, and you understand that there's people out there that will just do weird things to you to get a reaction out of you, you start to learn to like not like pay attention to these things. So some people out there are lying on your guys' name right now. If you guys got demons that are making you the villain in their delusional story, don't listen to it. Because one way these demons are going to try to destiny swap with you as well is they're going to pretend to be you, and they're going to try to make you them in the scenario. You would notice this like in little ways too when you were first with that person, when you were giving that person your sexual energy. They would pay attention to your habits and try to implement that into their lives. And then when it came to your habits, when you were with that person, you start to notice you couldn't keep up with your good habits. If you're probably someone that was always in the gym, always meditating, always keeping up with your spiritual hygiene, now you saw that with being with that person, now you can't even keep up with it anymore. But you never thought much about it until after you walked away from that person, and all that stuff just started coming back. But demons have many different ways, like they'll try to like destiny swap with you. But like I said, it's never like a permanent thing. You just got to kind of be aware of like the signs. Because some people, they will get in a relationship with you and be in like competition with you. I never thought that was like a real thing. Actually, like a lot of this stuff kind of like threw me for a surprise. Because growing up, we always just thought like, yo, for relationships, it's like guy likes girl, girl likes guy, get married, right off into the sunset. You start to figure out a lot of people have like ulterior motives out there. Some people can see you from a distance, see that you're shining, you're doing this and that, hate you, want to get with you so they can conquer you, just so they can destroy you. Once again, I didn't know that was a real thing. You start to go through that stuff a lot and you see it for yourself. You'll be like, oh, this is what's going on out here. If you're dating someone, guys, and you guys see that they're in secret competition with you, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do, but I would recommend that you don't be with somebody. Because in a relationship, it's best if you're with someone that is on your... It's like what it should be. Be with someone that is on your team, not someone that is actively going against you. Because remember, energy vampires, they just take. I'm not anti-relationships. If you guys meet someone out there that's on a similar frequency, someone that is equally yoked, yeah, you guys would be sharing energy, and that would be an amazing thing. The bad thing is, though, a lot of you guys in the chat has never dated a normal person. Everyone you date is just some grand lesson you got to learn. Every person you date is someone that wants to drain you to absolute zero. But I'm not saying that's everyone out there. Because yes, you can be celibate and you can hold on to your sexual energy. But if you find someone that's on a similar frequency and you guys share the energy, you guys can manifest together and make your lives like a whole lot better. It's just very hard to find those people. But once you stay in alignment, they'll eventually pop up into your reality. They never told you guys this, like when you guys awakened. They never told you that once you awaken, dating's gonna get harder. If anything, you got some people out there, they take the stance of when you awaken, you become spiritual, dating's gonna be easier. You're gonna have discernment so you can pick out the right people. But in reality, when you are awakened and the higher up you go, the less pool of people you have to choose from. When you guys was probably your worst version, when you guys were probably still in the matrix, that's probably when dating was like a whole lot easier. Because you were just around other people that just thought the same. But now that you're on the other side, you probably at one point thought, like, is there anyone out there like me? You probably thought you were crazy. Like, where are the other spiritual people? You couldn't find anybody, so you just start thinking, am I crazy? Am I really seeing things as it is? So you're like, you know what? Let me try to hide this stuff from people. I might be insane, but I'm not checking myself into no hospital. And you were ready to live your life as a crazy person until one day you got on social media, opened up TikTok, someone is saying your exact situation, and you're like, there are the other people out there. But it seems like these people only exist on social media. Everyone in the chat, how much awakened people have you met in real life? Drop those numbers down in the chat. I'm gonna ask 2 questions. The first one is gonna be, how many people have you guys met out there that's awakened? 2, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. It's a lot of zeros. 0, 0. It's a lot of zeros. Oh, we got 1, 2, 1, 2. Someone said -1. I don't know how that's possible. What's the YouTube side looking like? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 2 is the number to beat. 2 is the number to beat. All right, 2 is the winner. So you see how I said when you're awakened, it makes it harder, a smaller pool of people to choose from. And also, if you meet other awakened people, there's other factors you got to factor in as well. Just because someone else is awakened doesn't mean they're going to be just your partner. Like as soon as you go out there, someone's awakened, oh, let's date. Now there's other factors like compatibility. Now, on top of that too, some people awaken and just go evil. Like I don't know how that happens, but you guys awaken and you guys probably had your ego death, dark night of the soul. There's some people out there, they fought that. And those people scare me. Because how do you go awaken and just use spiritual knowledge to try to torment other people? And those are the warlocks that are at the top. They're just people that figured out the spiritual knowledge and use that information to put everyone under their control. But the second question I want to ask you guys is, what percentage of the world do you guys think is awake? We know we're in a matrix. I always throw my number out there, but I'm curious what you guys are going to say in the chat. What percentage of people do you think is awake? 10%, 1, 3, 35, 0.1, 5, 3. YouTube saying 30, 32, 10, 5, half. So you got to think about this. If you're saying half, that means that everyone, when you go outside, every 1 to 2 people is like awakened. So you kind of have to look at it in that perspective. Me, I personally, I think it's 10%. I've met like 2 people. I've only met like one of the people I met is only because I do social media and they recognize me. And that's something you got to factor in as well. You never know who you probably met that was awakened and they were like masking themselves. And that's why me, myself, like I've settled on the number being 10. But like I said, guys, that's like the hard truth that I feel like a lot of people try to run away from. When you guys awaken, dating is going to be a lot harder. For you guys to advance on this journey, you guys kind of like just figure that out for yourselves. Because when you awaken too, you can't just like date like normal people. If you try to go out there and date like normal people, you are going to get obliterated. You can't just have like random talking stages. You can't even just date one person to the next. However, even after you awaken, you probably can't even do that. And you imagine to yourselves, how are other people able to do that? But you guys have a person that's out there for you, and you got to learn the trials and tribulations to get to that person. And they got to learn the same things as well. Because when you finally meet this individual, you can't be in self-sabotage mode. So if you haven't met that person yet, it's hard to say this, but you kind of have to go within and figure out what else do you have to learn. But if you guys try to go out there and you try to have like just random talking stages, God, universe, source is going to pull that person away from you really fast. Some very weird things is going to happen to keep you away from that person, because your energy, your frequency is pushing you away from that individual. Now, some of these NPCs, guys, these warlocks, honey traps, they're going to try to bypass that. Remember, they're going to study you from afar. You will have some of these NPCs sees that you're awakened, and they're going to try to pretend like they're awakened. You guys got to recognize that from afar. Like if you guys fall for that, you guys got to go through the trauma and figure out why you shouldn't do that. Because once again, your discernment, God is going to tell you when someone is not supposed to be in your life. Some of these NPCs are going to study you from a distance. They're going to see what you talk about. They're going to orchestrate the meeting. And when you start talking to them, you're going to be like, are they just saying stuff they see from my social media? You're going to have an NPC come up to you and say like, hey, the Matrix, we got to escape this. These NPCs are crazy. Whole time, they're NPC themselves. But if you guys don't fully love yourselves, you guys are going to be so lonely that you're going to make the chance of a connection make you just throw discernment out the window. And do know whatever that NPC did to get you, once they get you into that relationship, they're not going to want to talk about that stuff in the relationship. The same stuff they said they liked to get you, you're going to try to talk about it. They're going to tell you, why are you always talking about this? And then you're going to think to yourselves like, wait, I thought that you liked this too. Come to find out, they were just like mirroring you guys. People are very good at pretending, guys, and you guys have to be able to see when that is happening. Because if you don't, you're going to get manipulated and they're going to get you. Put you in that soul tie and then put you in for a world of misery. But some ways to protect your guys' selves from succubus, incubus, honey traps. One of the biggest things we always talk about is being celibate. For the guys, being on SR. And for the women asking, what is SR? That's just the fancy way guys kind of say celibacy. But when you're holding on to your sexual energy, you can see these demons coming from like a mile away. The longer you're celibate, over time, your taste is probably going to change of who you even want to attract. Because now you can see people that have like a light about them. And even people that you once probably considered attractive when you were unawakened, now you'll be able to discern the spirits that are on people. So some of you guys probably like being celibate and being on this journey, you might get into the mindset of thinking like you're asexual. Because now like you're going to lose all that lustful desire for other people. Come to find out that a lot of you guys that have been going through all these different things, you start to become like a demisexual. And if you guys know what demisexual is, drop ones in the chat. If you're like, what is this man talking about? Drop twos in the chat. And for you guys that don't know, yeah, demisexual is that you need an emotional connection with somebody to gain an attraction to them. Demisexual, sapiosexual. You need to kind of be attracted to the way someone thinks. And that's why a lot of you guys was probably out, like, just kind of like out the dating game. Like, you're like, you know what? Dating is not for me. But trust me, once you meet that one person that gets you, and I know it's so very few people out there, and you probably gave up on someone trying to understand you. But as far as you go, guys, there's going to be someone out there. There's going to be someone out there that thinks like you. And that's why a lot of you guys meet your twin flames to see that's even possible. Because when you meet your twin flame, you're like, oh, someone does think like me. And that person will probably get ripped away from you. But at least you know it's now possible that someone is out there that thinks like you. And when you meet that person, what once came hard for you, now you're like, oh, this is easy. But attraction doesn't work the same way like when you're on this side of the journey. Because now you guys are looking at traits you didn't even look at before. Before, it was probably all like the shallow traits. Them being attractive, which that is still important to you. But them being spiritually attractive is what gets you a lot more now too. How they think, their empathy, their ability to see the world just like you. And this is a good ability to have as well too, guys, because now you're not going to get trapped as easily. Before, you were probably always getting obliterated by these honey traps because you didn't know how to discern them. But now when you guys deal with these people and you're at a certain point in your journey, you can see a lustful demon coming from like a mile away. And the longer you are celibate, the easier it's going to be able to see what's coming. And one thing about these demons, guys, once you are celibate, once you are being celibate for a long period of time, and the 3D finally sees that no matter what they send at you, that they can't get you anymore, that you're seeing through all the people they sent to you in the 3D, they can attack you in your dreams. And you guys got to be aware of that as well. It's the gift that keeps on giving, guys. In spiritual warfare, you get attacked in the 3D, and some of you guys got to go straight to battle when you go to sleep. Some of you guys get a full 8 hours of sleep, and you wake up even feeling even more exhausted than you did beforehand. That's because you probably have a sexual demon attacking you while you're sleeping. You should not be having smecks in your dream, guys. If that is what you are doing, that is you getting attacked. Some people ask how to protect yourselves. Fasting is going to be very powerful in this spiritual warfare. If you guys go to sleep in a fasted state, trust me, those dreams are going to disappear. If you guys aren't remembering your dreams, work on that, because not remembering your dreams is a form of spiritual warfare. You're probably doing something in the 3D to stop yourself from dreaming. If you can figure out what that is, stop it, because your dreams are very powerful. They're there to show you what is happening in the 3D. Ways to protect yourself in spiritual warfare is your spiritual gifts and the ability to dream, the ability to see what's coming for the future through your dreams. That is a spiritual gift. If you guys are having a dream and someone is trying to, you in the dream, I can't say that word, someone is doing witchcraft on you. If someone is around snakes in your dream, they're trying to do some type of bad stuff to you in a dream, you guys got to start paying attention to that stuff. Some of you guys are very powerful where it's not even an interpretation. Some of you guys get dreams of like exactly what people are doing. When it comes to succubus and incubus, guys, understand that these demons are not loyal. These demons will cheat on you because they want to get as much energy as they can get. And they're masterclass liars. But when you guys have your spiritual gifts, these demons can't lie to you. Some of you guys are so tapped in that if one of these demons cheats on you, you'll have a dream immediately. That same day, if anything. And just with the dreams, it goes the same way with your discernment. Because with your discernment, if you ignore the messages, you're going to pay for it later down the line. Same thing with if you get a dream like someone is cheating on you and you choose to ignore that, it's going to get worse. Now you know what they're doing behind the scenes. And if you don't think it could get worse, with these demons, it will always get worse. So you guys have to learn how to start interpreting your dreams, taking it a lot more serious. If you guys can't remember your dreams, you guys are also probably hopping out of bed very fast in the morning. As soon as you wake up in the morning, take the time to lie down there for like 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes if you want to journal right then and there. Dream journal every day in the morning. It does not have to be for a long period of time. Journaling is a very underrated tool in spiritual warfare, guys. When you journal, you're connecting with your higher self in real time, and it's giving you the answers right there. A lot of these questions you guys ask me, you don't have to ask me. Everything I'm saying, I'm just reminding you guys, like we're all connected to Source, God. All this information, you guys have it within. I'm just rejogging your memories for some of you guys. But all this stuff I'm saying, if you were to just journal and write it, you guys will be figuring this stuff out for yourselves. And what your dreams will tell you, you'll be surprised. Because you never know who's plotting on you in secret, who's betraying you. It's always the people that's closest to you. So if you get some weird dream about your honey trap, like a boyfriend or girlfriend, I would not ignore it. And once again, too, I don't really suggest you guys confronting these demons. Because as we said earlier in the stream, confronting these demons, you get introduced to gaslighting 101. In this matrix, guys, that's their favorite thing to do. They're going to gaslight you. They were gaslighting you your whole life. Anytime you had your intuition or you saw things was like not as it seemed, you would speak up and like, nah, you don't know what you're thinking. You're crazy. What are you talking about? Like I said, guys, these demons can lie in your face. Some of them are very advanced. They'll cry on command. Some of these demons will take things to the grave. Some of these demons, you can actually have the proof, like show it in their face, like, yo, you did this. I had the proof. That's not me. That's AI. I don't know what that is. And if you guys are still out there giving people the benefit of the doubt, you'll still be falling for those things. Some of these demons have the nerve to like, they'll cheat on you and then they'll make you the issue. Like, hey, you made me do that. If you guys are having people do that and you're apologizing, hey, like you guys got to figure that out. Spiritual warfare, we got to get all the obvious stuff out of the way. All those people trying to manipulate you, doing this and that. Remember, your energy is one of a kind. And these demons are going to do whatever they can to drain you to absolute zero. And I get it too. Growing up, you're being manipulated your whole lives, not perceiving reality correct. So it's kind of hard for you to trust yourselves. And that's why these lies are very powerful, or not even just these lies, but you guys doing your shadow work and regaining that trust within yourselves and understanding that you always had the vision, but everyone around you is just making you out to be a crazy person. I wish I can tell you guys it's like a light worker, a truth teller, you will be celebrated in society. It sounds like you will too, like a light worker, it sounds like a superstar. Or truth teller, that sounds like a famous musician. Reality truth tellers, God, they hate us. We're like public enemy number one. I know I make these lies. We're talking about demons. They think we're the demons. Like, it's very insane. There's only like 5-10% of us. They're looking at us right now like, who do we think we are? You guys are egotistical. You guys are the problem. And we just be minding our business. So that's why a lot of you guys was like brainwashed to think like, am I the issue? Everyone else is saying it, so I must be the issue. And I'm here to tell you guys are not the issue. One way to know you're not the issue is that you guys self-reflect. A narcissist, a honey trap isn't like in their crib. Like, am I the honey trap? They're not asking themselves this. They're just out there tormenting people. But when you guys are out there like, man, am I the narcissist? Am I the honey trap? Am I the succubus? And demons aren't doing that. And yeah, none of us are perfect. But when you guys are self-reflecting and trying to figure that stuff out, that should be an indication that you guys aren't the issue. So I get the world is very confusing, guys. Left is right, right is up, right is left, up is down, down is up. But your discernment is there to show you guys that things aren't as they seem. You guys are able to see through the veil. But once again, I'm not saying to go out there. Don't take this stuff at face value. I got to be kind of wary to have like 900 people in here. I don't want to say this and you guys run out there like, why ain't they said you're a succubus? You guys start spraying people down. Hey, move accordingly. That's all I'm saying. Use your discernment. Move wisely. Do know that accusing someone or like letting them know what they are, that's not going to go how you think it's going to go. And once again, a lot of us had to get jumped to get that information. Because a lot of us, we awakened, we thought that like, oh, if I go out there and say they're a narcissist, you thought you were going to save humanity. You thought you were going to start pointing out narcissists and you were going to be celebrated in society. Did not go how you thought it would go. Actually, everyone in the chat, what happened when you did that? Because I know you guys went through the same experience. Did the narcissist say, you got me? Hey, you got me. I'm going to go figure it out. You saw through my tricks. You caught me manipulating you. Hey, you're good. You're good. What did they do, guys? Projection, accusations. They got weirder. Start jumping you. Yeah, you go out there and say someone's a narcissist, guys, boss battle immediately. And if you guys aren't secure within yourselves, you're going to leave that conversation very confused. The beginners in the chat, you're going to go to your crib and like be thinking like, damn, am I a narcissist? You start having an identity crisis like, man, what if what they say is true? And it's going to take you a minute to jump out of that. Especially like if you're dealing with their minions too. Because in this spiritual warfare, guys, these demons surround people that validate their weird behavior. You might think this stuff is obvious to other people, but it's going to be you versus like a lot of people a lot of times. If you're dealing with one demon, they got 5 people to back them up. And once again, you're going to think if everyone is saying that, then it must be true. Nah, a lot of delusional people out there, guys. We're in a matrix. The matrix is only a thing because a lot of people choose to stay in an illusion, to stay delusional. And for some reason, I ask myself this every day. I don't know why I chose to like awaken and go through this stuff. But every single one of you guys in here, you guys have a high truth preference. No matter how hard the truth is, you guys want to know. You guys would rather know than to not know. And because of that, you guys have become seers. You guys have become one of the few percentage of society that's able to see what is going on. But there's only a few of us, guys. We're outnumbered severely. I wish I could tell you like the backup was here. Well, they kind of are, but they have to awaken. But I wish I could tell you that like in your city, you got like 150 people around you. You're stationed there. Go check in with them. Hey, we're spread out. When you guys see this stuff, like people get attacked for talking about these things. So W's in the chat for all you guys that chose to stick around and figure this stuff out. Because you are not alone. Because you guys are awake and you guys are dealing with some very weird things out there. Trust me, I know, and everyone else in the chat knows. We're all going through some BS with these demons. But awareness is the first step. And if you know you're dealing with a demon, you can move accordingly. Yeah, everyone put your city. Someone's like, Texas here. Everyone put your city, where you guys at. Let the other light workers know where you guys are at. But yeah, don't ever let this stuff kind of like discourage you guys. Like, you guys are fighting the good fight. and you guys are indirectly helping raise the vibration of the planet. Alexia, appreciate it. Thank you. Got someone in London, England, Cali, Bay Area, Florida, Milwaukee, LA, Vegas. Hey, wait. Hey, someone else said they're in Texas. So that's like Texas, where you at? But like I said, guys, congrats. You guys have made it to this point of the journey. You don't find this live by accident. Law of polarity, there are going to be energy vampires that are attacking. But when you ignore it, they kind of just fall off. But to get to this point, you guys had to go through a lot of trauma. So I'm here to let you guys know I see you. Keep going. Florida. Oh, and last thing I'm going to say about the succubus and incubus too is understand that the overly sexual people out there, the really lustful people, the ones that can't take no for an answer, they try to manipulate you to make it seem that you're bad for not having sex immediately. That is definitely someone that has a succubus and incubus within them. And if they are moving that way, that is a big red flag. People that are like spiritual, like the sapiosexuals, the demisexuals, like they would want to connect with you. They're not just going to want you for one reason. But these demons just want you for one reason. And once they take that energy, like we said, they will discard you. New York City in the chat. Hey, but right now, if you guys got any questions, now is the time to ask. Hey, Zach, appreciate it. I'm going to chill with you guys for a bit, and then I'm going to call it. Alabama. So right now, guys, like when it comes to people like this, energy vampires, if you give it attention, they'll be able to latch onto you and drain you. But when it comes to your reality, you have the choice to just ignore people. So this person, you can just mute them. Can someone transfer their bad habits with lust? Yeah, not just with lust though. More so with them being around you and them infecting themselves with their energy by the way they talk to you. And naturally, if you're like around someone, you start to become like them as well. So seeing them do bad habits can pull you into the same bad habits. I'm about appreciate the follow. What happens when they fall in love with you? So when it comes to like honey traps, if you guys take your power back, they will fall in love with you. But it's not like a healthy version of love. You guys see some people like they love you, but they just want to conquer you. They just want to control you. Those are the same people. They move in a very avoidant way. It's like if you gave them what they wanted, they will leave you. But then if you pull back, they'll chase you. So if they do love you, it's like you still got to keep those types of people out of your life. What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. What can they do with your photos? They can definitely do witchcraft on it as well. But like I said too, like if you are like a high vibrational person, the higher up you go, the less and less witchcraft affects you. Like for example, like let's say you have like someone that's in the matrix that's of a lower vibration, a witch can use their picture to try to manifest them, and they'll be a lot more likely to fall for said trap. But when you're very tapped in, you can feel when someone's trying to manifest you. Those nights when you're really thinking about somebody, do understand that sometimes that's not your own thoughts. That's not you actually missing the person. So once you have to kind of train yourself to separate yourself from your thoughts. And that comes with like a lot of meditation. So anytime someone's trying to manipulate me or trying to get me under some type of spell, I'm able to see that this isn't my thoughts. Honey trap is men and women. None of this stuff is like gender specific. The succubus and incubus is like the only terms that kind of like separates it, but it's all the same thing. Can an avoidant also be an energy vampire? Of course. Gorgeous, appreciate the follow. I call my power back. Love to see it. It's also like when we talk about the Jezebel spirit. That's not like a gender specific thing. Men and women can have the Jezebel spirit. Yeah. Light is the truth. Facts. Can they change? Demons can change, guys. If a demon has the ego death, they work on bettering themselves, thinking in a more positive way. Yeah, they can change. You rarely see it happen, though. That's like asking, can everyone get out of the matrix? Yeah, everyone has the ability to get out the matrix, but you rarely see it. That's why there's only like 10% of us. For like a demon to get better, for them to become a demon, at that point, they're like really far gone. And it's like very hard, but it's still possible. Can this happen in friendships too? Like, can friends be energy vampires? Of course. Can TikTok be the succubus? Social media could be an energy drainage for sure. You got to kind of be intentional with how you use it. If you're using it in a way where like you're avoiding what you got to do in real life and you're watching like low vibrational stuff, then it will lower your vibe. But if you use it to watch educational stuff, it can help you out. But it's all balance at the end of the day. Some people like to kind of preach spiritual perfectionism, and you got some people saying you can't do this, you can't do that. I never really try to tell people what to do, but I always try to preach balance, because you can like really go too far with spirituality. And if you do, you can throw yourself into psychosis. And that's why I say that like the best thing to do is like to heal your inner child, still find things you like to do. You don't really have to make spirituality like all this stuff like your whole essence. A honey trap is the matrix sending somebody to throw you off, someone to drain you, someone to pull you back into bad habits. Some of these honey traps comes into your lives, like some of them has like specific plans. If you guys start dating somebody and they got you arrested, they got you in trouble with the law, that was a honey trap targeting you guys. Sometimes a honey trap gets you to be hooked back onto something you were able to get away from. I want to say that word on here on TikTok, like rugs. You guys know what I'm talking about? You get with the wrong person, now you're back on that. All that stuff is like planned, because by doing that, that's going to keep you back in a lower timeline. Yeah, you guys got me. Yeah, that stuff. That's why you guys got to be careful with some people, because you won't even know what's going on. And that stuff's like a slippery slope. Devil uses them. Darkness is all linked through Legion's facts. Trust your instincts. Facts. As above, so below. You ever been a victim of G-stalking? When you guys are on this path, like everyone deals with it. If right now you're kind of like thinking like, am I not? You're probably just not aware of it yet, but everyone deals with it. Like we've had watchers on us since like a very young age. Remember, like in NPCs, Agent Smiths, like anyone could be like taken over to like be used by the enemy. And when you start to like awaken, it gets like a little bit like more like intense, but it's all the same. You just kind of ignore this stuff. A lot of these stalkers are like very delusional as well. That's why you can't really try to like understand them, because like you'll have people stalk you and then be like, they'll stalk you and then they'll be like you're stalking them, and they try to like confuse you and do like those Darvo techniques and stuff. Missy, appreciate the rose. G stalkers don't have personal lives. I'd be wondering how they have so much free time. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm talking about G stalkers. I'd be wanting to like do lives like on it specifically, but that's like a sensitive thing to talk about on social media, at least on TikTok. Who buys all their gas? They get paid. Narcs be narking. Mark, definitely. From Jamaica, that's fire. But they will project onto you, definitely. That's the thing you deal with being a high vibrational individual. Alexia, thank you. Sending you love and light and appreciation from San Diego. I used to be down there like once a week because my dad lived down there. I remember what I was saying. Yeah, that's what you're going to have to deal with a lot on this journey. People project a lot. Like one thing I was talking about on YouTube was we have the gift of discernment. They have the gift of projection, because they find very creative ways to make you the issue and to accuse you of doing what they're doing. And that stuff used to always confuse me when I was growing up. But now having that knowledge, it's like way easier to like deal with people. And they get very mad like if they can't let their projections get to you. Like sometimes like people say things to me and like I kind of like just not respond to it. And they start to just like malfunction and stuff. How to cut cords from a soul tie? Just go no contact. People think I'm too good to be true. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna think that you're not like real or like you're not an actual like good person, which is pretty funny. So I be seeing that sometimes. That just shows you the state of the world, like because like a majority of people are pretending, so they're gonna think that you fall in that boat as well. And you guys got to be aware of that as well. Because of that, like you can't just be like your authentic selves with like everybody. Being too authentic can make some people just target you. Like for example, if you are someone like you like to just do like good deeds, like for example, like if you have like someone do something nice, like, oh, I'm gonna buy a gift like to show my appreciation, that can literally make someone target you because they start to project like their demonic like thoughts onto it. They'll probably think that, oh, they just want something out of me. Or they'll be like, they'll like purposely misunderstand it. That can just bring you like a lot of issues. So you guys got to understand that your empathy like isn't for everybody. Some people don't even think they're deserving of like good things to happen. So as soon as you do something good for them, they're going to start spazzing out to get you to treat you, to get you to treat them how they feel about themselves. Appreciate the heart, man. It's warped, definitely. Just the world we live in. These people are traumatized. How to get rid of G-stalking? You don't. Spiritual warfare is a lifelong thing. Actually, if you figure it out, let me know, actually. You'll be putting me onto information. Just another day, another Tuesday. Explain more of your experience with projection. Smear campaigns, lying, false accusations. People just like to accuse me of doing the things that they are doing. Used to confuse me, but now I know what's going on. So whenever I go through like a smear campaign, I'm like, oh, this is what's happening. But beforehand, it will make me very depressed. Because I will go through this stuff at like work. So I'll be like, why are they accusing me of this? And because it would happen a lot, like sometimes I will literally have an identity crisis. Like, did I do that? But now like I'm kind of secure like in my reality. I just wave to the G stalkers. Putting you on, I got you. Smile and nod. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. God is love. Appreciate the follow. Stalking, guys. Stalking. Live on a boat. They'll still find you somehow. One thing I've kind of like come to accept when it came to spiritual warfare is like you can't escape this stuff. Like they'll find you somehow. Like I'm someone like sometimes I don't really go outside sometimes. And even sometimes they still find some way to like get me somehow. And I've gotten to the point I don't really get like affected by the attacks. And when they still find a way to like get me when I'm kind of trying to stay out the way, like I'd be laughing at it. Cassidy appreciate it. Like your neighbors will do something weird. You'll probably have like someone like do something like on the internet or something. Like this is just the reality that we live in. Bonwa, appreciate the follow. Also, I think I'm gonna do a live on this like tomorrow. But yeah, do understand that like when you start to get attacked a lot, like when the energy is like very intense and it's like one thing after the next, that does mean you're about to get blessed. But you'll get blessed depending on how you react to the situation. Because if those things that happen, it ruins your whole day, and it makes you like, man, I don't want to do this, and it puts you in that depressive state, and you stay like that, then you're gonna block your blessings. But if you can do like what I just said, like laugh it off. I have like a gratitude journal too. I just kind of write down the things I go through, and I'm like, I'm grateful for it, and then you'll be able to like timeline shift like very fast. And I'm not saying that like I'm perfect, because sometimes I'm like, yo, like why did that just happen? But when you're like truly in the 5D, you'll be able to bounce back like very, very fast. Like you think like that for a moment, but then you have your tools to bounce back very fast. Sarah, welcome to the community. Beautiful karma. Envy, I've been through a lot and I just pay attention. Alexia, thank you. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful night. Right back at you. You know where to find me. Sending you loves, hugs, and blessings. Right back at you. First time viewer, welcome in. Honey traps is the matrix sending a person your way, disguised as like a relationship prospect that is just designed to break you, to derail you from your destiny, set you back. The wrong relationship can't hold you back. We're all supposed to be on our highest timeline so we could get off this planet. And being with the wrong person that traumatizes you can really hold you back. Pattern recognition and discernment. It will make you like Sherlock Holmes out here. I be breaking down stuff I don't even be trying to break down. Like sometimes I do think that ignorance is bliss. Because with some people, I would have rather not knew that. Because knowing things just puts you in trouble. Even when I try to act like I didn't see it, some people, like, they just know. Like, they sense that you're not under their spell. And I just be thinking, like, yo, I don't want any problems. I'm trying to stay out the way. I just be in the house. But now I'm in a boss battle with someone that I don't even, like, really want to, like, be talking to. And then people can get very obsessive too. Like if you're trying to choose peace, Like, I thought staying out the way would literally make me kind of just like not be bothered. But some people get very offended by that. And yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, facts. I'd much rather have it than not, though, because like you start to see that these things are just always happening. And whether you're awake or not, like if I didn't have it, they'll still be attacking me. But when I was getting attacked, I just didn't know I was getting attacked. You start thinking back to your whole life and you're like, these people were playing in your face this whole time. Like they were just hidden in plain sight. It's crazy. Sun Tzu, Art of War. That's a really good book. That book helped me with spiritual warfare. The 33 Strategies of War helped me. What else did I read? Books regarding, there's a spiritual warfare book specifically called Spiritual Warfare. I don't remember the author, but I remember when I first awakened, I'm like, I'm gonna figure this stuff out. I was just reading like all day long. I was even at the job reading, like I couldn't like really focus on anything else. And then you realize that that is bad as well, because too much of anything is bad. So too much reading, I had to kind of pull myself back. Hey, but guys, I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys are on my TikTok side, shoot me a follow. YouTube side, shoot me a sub. Also, if you guys want to rewatch this live, it's gonna be uploaded to my YouTube. I'm also gonna go live again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific. Thank you guys for popping out. And yeah, it's been a pretty cool stream. Timothy, appreciate it. Peace out, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow.